Hi guys, here's another quick and easy DIY. It's a little peace on earth wreath, and everything that I made it from came from, of course, the Dollar Tree. So keep on watching if you want to see how I made it. You can hang it on a wall, you can hang it from hooks, you can hang it on your door, and I think it turned out pretty cute. So to start, I'm just taking this DIY sign. It says Peace on Earth. They have lots of other sayings too, but this is the only one I had left, so that's what I'm using. And remove the tag, obviously, and then I'm going to give it a coat of the Waverly white chalk paint. And it took 2 coats to completely cover it. And I didn't worry about painting the sides at all because I'm going to go back and give it a little bit of an aged look anyway. So it would take forever to paint all those edges. And after the second coat dried, I got the Waverly chalk paint in mineral. And if you take more of a coarse brush and dip it in and just get a little bit of paint off there and tap off the excess, and then drag it across the edges, it kind of gives it that rustic aged look. Excuse me, I've had a cough. And I did this, and then you can kind of drag it all the way across the sign on all the edges, and then even across the middle, just to give it that farmhouse look. And yes, I am crafting in my Christmas pajamas at 5 p.m. Go ahead and judge me. All right, so next I have this 18-inch wreath that I got at the Dollar Tree, and it looked kind of sad, so I fluffed it up a little bit. It's got the wire branches, and you can pull them out and make it look a little bit more happy and fluffy. And if you wanted, you could even get some of the little single branches that they sell at the Dollar Tree and add those to it if you wanted to make it look more full. But I'm just going to leave it as is to keep this as simple as possible. And sometimes you gotta make it into a better circle too. And then I just set the sign over the top of it and found the parts where the sign makes contact with the wreath. And then working quickly, I put the hot glue on those spots, mostly just along the corners and the edges. And then flip it back over and stick it on and hold it down while that glue dries. And just with the hot glue, mine have stayed on pretty well. I've made a couple like this before. And once that is dry, I'm going to take these little silver branches, also of course from Dollar Tree, and I just clip some of them off using some wire clippers, and then I'm going to kind of have them shooting out the top, and just going to kind of arrange them going in all different directions. And would it be a video if I didn't burn myself with the hot glue? That one wasn't bad though. And I used 2 full picks, I guess you would say, for this. And then I flipped it over and I had some of these leftover ornaments, again from another project from the Dollar Tree, from my ornament wreath that I made. I don't know if you guys saw that on my Instagram page, but that's one of my favorite things that I've made so far. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out on my Instagram highlights, the Christmas section. I don't know what to call it. And I'm hot gluing these on. And I wanted this to be a mostly neutral colored wreath. But of course, once I'm looking at it, I don't know why, but I'm loving red this year. So I had to take some leftover berries that I had and I just kind of stuck them in between the ornaments. And if I could go back in time, I would have spread them out a little bit more. They're kind of all just clumped in the middle and I think it looks kind of weird. So I might go back and fix that. So if you make something similar, I would recommend breaking the clumps of berries maybe into smaller pieces and then putting some like at the top of the ornaments or on the bottom instead of just all across the middle like I'm going to do here. Yeah, I don't really love how they're all clumped together there. So when you make one, if you make one, spread them out a little bit. And that's it. Pretty simple. Cost about $5 to $6 to make this, and hopefully this gives you some inspiration for something that you can make.